So I didn't have anything in mind to tell. I didn't have anything to tell to the people, but I want to talk about the addictions. So when people judge the other people, like on the streets taking drugs, we say they are addicted. We see our relatives or somebody else, like friends, they take alcohol, and we say they are addicted to alcohol. But what I feel is these are not just addictions. We all are addicted to something. Some people might be addicted to cell phone. Some people might be addicted to learn something, to read books. The problem is not the addictions. We all want addictions. What I feel is, I'll go one step further and tell addiction is what makes life. That might sound like so contrary to the beliefs that we hold from the younger time. But what does addiction means is when it goes deeper and deeper, we need addiction to cope with the day-to-day life. Our day-to-day life is so boring and monotonous. Our work doesn't make any sense to this world. We earn money, but we don't get any meaningful connections. Our work has become the meaningless grind. I know we earn money from it. It is super important. But it has become the meaningless grind. Our addictions is needed. Because without addictions, you can't achieve anything. You need the addiction to learn. You need the addiction to sing. You need the addiction to do anything great. But the problem is, what you choose has effect. What you do has effect. And if you do such things that has negative effects, then that kind of addiction is problematic. There's one famous research done by the scientists about the rats. Many people might have heard already about this, that on the cage there's a mice and there's a 2 bottles of waters. One is filled with cocaine and heroin. One is just a normal water. When the mice gets on that cage, they choose cocaine and heroin because they have 2 options. They either have boring normal water, just normal water, or cocaine and heroin, and they will going to choose cocaine and heroin every time. How we can now reduce the addictions of that mice? It's simply adding the different varieties or different things that they love. For example, some foods like cheese, some small bugs or insects, other friends that we can add, and then the addiction significantly reduces. Likewise, we get addicted because we don't have enough options that we like in our day-to-day life. If we add some other hobbies, things that we love and that is good for us, if we add that thing in our day-to-day life, if we add more friends, more positive friends, then we will be less likely to be addicted to anything. So if you are addicted, it's not a problem because people want greatness. People doesn't want boring things. People want something bigger than themselves, some meaningful connections, some meaningful purpose to their work. They want such kind of things. That's why I believe addictions can be solved by love, and addiction is important if we channelize in the right directions. It is the sign of the greatness. By saying that, I will still tell people or myself to be conscious about the decisions that we take on day-to-day life. I'll say that. Yeah, so to summarize, what I say is addiction is not a problem because addictions demand greatness. Addiction comes from boring life, boring day-to-day tasks. So addiction is like a message that your life is boring. You are not doing something meaningful that you want to do, then you are addicted to something that you don't like. Because it helps your brain shut down from the realities that you are facing right now. So addiction is not a problem. Let's analyze it. How to change the addictions or how to stop addiction, we can do that. Is to adding the varieties of things that we love to do and that is actually good for us. We all have that kind of conscience to know what is good for us. I'm not talking to child like 4 years old, 5 years old. Whoever is watching like 14, let's say above 14 or 16, they know what is good for themselves in the future. They know what they love. What they love might change over time to time. And sometimes our loving is limited to something that we are exposed to. For example, if I never swim, for example, if I have never taken any swimming lessons or never swim in any pool, and that can be my hobby, I might see things from outside and feel, wow, it is good. But if I don't get exposed to it, I never know that could be my hobby or that is the things I might fall in love with. So get exposure to many things as you can. Exposure to many topics as you like. And if your life is boring, go out. Learn to be calmness. Learn to see things as it is, I would say, without any conditions. I know this videos might sound boring or like incomplete, but what I suggest is add the exposure. That is very important to fight with addictions and to analyze the addictions. Thank you. And this message for myself, so I'm no worries.